Okay, welcome back everybody. I've got another game on Lead Chess here. Rapid game, you know the drill. Playing another 2200. What? If you drop the 2000... Oh wait, no, I was about to say something that wasn't true because I'm bad at math. I was like, if you double my digits, you get his, but that's not quite true. I'm smart. Yeah, okay, so this guy is better than me. That's unfortunate. But, you know, sometimes you play people that are better than you. It can't really be helped. You just gotta do what you can. Okay, he's playing some kind of triangle system, semi-Slav. I don't know too much. Now, what I learned in the last game is don't fall behind 10 minutes on the clock by move 15. Probably need to play with a little more pace here. Now, I'm doing good so far. I'm already up 10 seconds. So, you know, turning over a new leaf. I assume... I assume E3 is sort of fine. Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to have maybe played more aggressively, but on the other hand, I mean, this is like sort of a semi-Slav position that I would often have. So yeah. Yeah, I think this, we probably transposed into some semi-Slav that I've had many times. I probably would lose in it a lot, but I have had it before. I'm not ahead on the clock anymore. But now I am, so. Doing good. Now, if it were a semi-Slav, they would probably do this, or castle, or take. Okay. Semi-Slav kind of stuff. I guess I'll castle, too. Feels fine. At some point, he'll take and do semi-Slav stuff, right? That's what he'll do. I'd probably like to play e4 if I can get away with it. Okay, b6 feels rather bizarre. I guess he wants to play bishop a6. Can't really imagine another purpose behind that move. e4 feels principled. Like, he's doing nothing. I've got a lead in development. e5 is a threat. My pieces are moving forward. His pawn structure might get a little weird. Let's do it. Why not? My bishop can do stuff. And I did refute bishop a6, because then e5 would probably be good. Yeah, okay, so I was thinking knight takes, of course. Probably pre-move that. Now I might have to manage the pawn on d4. It's sort of a... I don't know if you can really call it a backward pawn, but it's never going to be defended by another pawn, and I can't... I mean, maybe I can't. Maybe I can play d5. Okay. Now this is the moment where I have to think back to the days of ancient Greece and think about whether or not I can give this fellow a gift that the ancient Greeks would approve of. Sort of feels like a lot of the major ingredients are there for that sort of thing. believe that I can. I should at least get the rook for 2 pieces, like a rook and a pawn for 2 pieces, and possibly more. And even in that line, his king will be really weak, so it's quite tempting. I mean, he's gonna have to like if he takes, he's gonna have to like knight g5. He has to play king g6, which is already looking like, you know, there could be something. So I think we just got to do it. I think we just got to do it. I'm gonna win. Yeah, I'm gonna win back. I'm gonna get the rook, if nothing else. So material will at least be close-ish. He has to play king g6 here. Okay, well, okay. I mean, that's stupid. He can't do that. King g8, queen h5 is also... There's, you know, he's gonna have to give the queen to stop mate. And king h6, then I have these checks from the bishop that win the queen. So king g6 is the only move. And then I was thinking king d3. And if he plays f5, okay, yeah, so queen d3. If he plays f5, then I get this pawn, and I get my fork, and his king's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, if he goes king f6, then this was one of the lines that I saw him getting the rook in. And there might be better than that, but that's what I saw. Now, queen g4 is also very much a consideration. Queen g4, king f6, though, is what looks a little scary to me. Like, how do I keep him... Well, I mean, I have knight h7 there again, but... Yeah, I mean, that's definitely possible also. I don't mind taking time here, because this is a, you know, an important moment. Yeah, I'd love to keep him from getting to e7 in a lot of these lines. Knight e4 anything? Does that even have a threat? Not really, I guess. Okay, I'm not real sure. Queen g4, f5 also might exist. I'm gonna play queen d3. I don't know if there's a big difference. I'm hoping he'll play f5 here. Okay, he did. I mean, now I can take this and... I mean, if nothing else. I mean, he might just hit me back. That's very possible. I might not take it though. In fact, I think I wouldn't take it. I think I'd just play king h1. Okay, that's a little tough to calculate. So take there, take king h1. I mean, then everything's hanging. He has to move his queen. The rook's hanging with check, so it feels like queen h4 shouldn't work. I mean, queen h4, take the rook, then queen h3 should be good. I think that is all fine. Let's just go ahead and do it in the interest of learning how to play faster. But yeah, I mean, I don't think that's gonna fly. I mean, I wouldn't get mated. Like I could avoid it somehow, but you know, I think king h1's just better. Because then, you know, he's still got to think about the bishop, the rook, you know, everything's kind of hanging. The funny thing is, after takes king h1, he could play rook h8, and then after taking the queen, I was gonna say he has a perp, but I wonder if on some discovery I could just block with the queen and get the rook. That's still an interesting imbalance, because I would have gotten 2 pieces for the rook and pawn. I mean, that's probably not so good. I mean, he could even do the same thing now. He could play rook h8. I mean, maybe I just take the draw if that happens. I don't know. It's kind of lame, but you know, he is higher rated than me. I am down a piece. I mean, at the very least, I would have the draw in hand, so I can try to find better and then take the draw if I can't. Like, I could play knight f4, which I don't know is kind of chicken, but it would maybe be the most fun. Like rook h8, knight f4, bishop f4, bishop f4. I mean, I'm down a little bit of material. His king's pretty weird, but I think he'll probably play bishop bishop h2. It's kind of weird to think about rook h8. And like if the guy wants a draw, like bishop h2 seems a little less risky. Because if he plays rook h8 and like I'm wrong, like there's some move I don't see, then you know. I mean, let me revisit rook h8, take the queen, bishop h2, king h1, bishop somewhere, queen h3, rook takes, pawn takes. Yeah, I mean that's still the same. Like I gave a bishop and a knight. For a rook, we traded queens. Okay, I mean I'm definitely just playing king h1 here, right? Because if I take queen h4, king g1, rook h8, and I have to play some weird move, I have to play like queen g3. So yeah, I should go here. And like queen h4 isn't scary now because his rook's hanging with check, and then I have queen h3. Yeah. He could play rook h8 though, if he wants to just bail out. And I don't think I have better than to just take the draw. Take the draw while up a queen. That would be sad. Yeah, that's what he did. Yeah, I don't see anything better. I mean, he's actually threatening a mate. Like he's threatening bishop somewhere, king g1, rook h1, king takes, queen h4, and then mate on h2. So, you know, I have to either play a check or take the queen, or do something else. Like, you know, like g3 probably gets mated in similar fashion. Bishop takes g3. Yeah, there's no check that seems to make any sense. So I think I might just have to take the queen and accede to the draw. What else can you do? I don't see it. I think I gotta sadly, I think I have to take the free queen. What a tragedy. A Greek tragedy. Yeah. It's funny, he did it in the way that like doesn't allow me to even do this. That's pretty funny. Maybe he thinks this is good, and he's I mean, yeah, this is just a draw by force. I don't have any options. I could give away my bishop. That might be funny. Okay, so I don't even think he had to do that. I mean, I think if he plays bishop somewhere else, I mean, let's look. I mean, I think yeah, I don't know. I mean, he could go like here. I don't think I'm really doing this. I mean, especially when he's tempoing the knight. So, I mean, something like this is not... Okay, it's not bad. Maybe he didn't see that. I guess I sort of miscalculated, because I thought he could just move the bishop to any old square. And then here... And then I thought here that I thought it was a rook for two pieces, but it's just an exchange and a pawn. So, I guess he actually has to play either bishop g3 or bishop here. Or I'm wrong for yet another time. Yeah, those are both draws, and everything else loses for him. Okay, well, that was an interesting game. Let's see if any of it made sense. It seemed like after the Greek gift happened that everything was fairly forcing. Okay, so basically I was winning, and then I messed up and it became a draw. So this seems like an excellent game to click learn from my mistakes. So it doesn't like the move e3 here. I'm not really going to care about that right now. This is the moment of clarity. It says I'm winning here if I mean, okay. I guess this isn't such a great one to learn from my mistakes, because it says just take and then I'm winning. Well, it doesn't say that, but it says my move is bad and this is the other legal move, so it's definitely this. Now this is what I was afeared of. Here, here, Oh, I can just like check and go here. I guess is the point. I mean, it does want to check. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if he goes there, that's loose. So what if he tries to hang on for dear life? Now knight h3. Yeah, and we're kind of just chilling. Like we sacked a piece, he sacked it back. He's got no attack, and his king's preposterous. This is also a big threat, so... Yeah, I think if I had seen against queen h4 that I could just check and plop the knight right here, that I would not have been afraid to go into this. Because there's really no reason to think that this shouldn't be fine for white. Yeah, I mean, like, the only way I would really be afraid, looking at, like, this line, would be, like, if this bishop could join the party. But if he ever does this, if nothing else, I can just play d5. Then things look even better than before. Now, that's ignoring the fact that bishop g5 would win the game, but... Okay, so this was actually a pretty good game for me, except for that I kind of miscalculated there at the end. And ironically, maybe if I had spent more time and calculated more, that I would have realized that. But I'm trying to work on time management because I'm bad at it. So, okay, what else happened? So here, it did not like e3. It wants to play e4, which I didn't see was legal. But obviously, I should calculate that, or like consider it. That actually feels like a pretty substantial miss. I was kind of in like, oh, we'll just play it like a semi-Slav mode, but I could be a little more ambitious. Yeah, otherwise everything was pretty good. E4 was the right move. Yeah, we got to see if the Greek gift is what it wants. Yes, it is. It's also thinking about knight g5, which I saw was legal. I think I probably was a little lazy here, because I think I stopped here, but, like, obviously I have... Oh, okay, or queen h5 is also very good, yeah. I was thinking maybe here. Also good, but not as good. But yeah, it's saying this. It's hard to argue with. And now we do that. So, yeah, the problem with just taking this right away was here, threatening mate, and saving the queen. But yeah. Now what happens if he takes this? Something bad, I guess. Oh, I have bishop g5, is that correct? Look at that. That's pretty. Okay, so that was kind of a lot to see, but not so hard to believe that f5 would be a bad move. Queen h5 is not that hard to see. Okay, so that was a little bad, but I mean, I kind of just fixated on like, oh, there's a Greek gift possibility, and I probably didn't give this move enough thought, even though I did see it was legal. But yeah. And then here I was wondering between queen d3 and queen g4. It's actually playing rook e1, which that's a funny follow-up. Or queen f3 or f4. f4 I did see was legal. What's I don't know why. What's the problem? Yeah, I did think king f6 was better. And then I was just gonna go here, which it says is maybe not so good. It really wants to go here. I guess that makes sense, because the only thing I was worried about is if he runs away, but then like d5 is probably... It's just building. But yeah, I mean, at some point, he's going to have a little problem here, it looks like. Or c5 here, it gives. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so what... He should play queen f6, it claims. Or queen h4. I think on either move I would probably have taken the rook, but that's not what the computer wants to do. Taking the rook is fine, and it says white's a little better, but it says h3 is best. I mean, optically, this knight is better than this rook. But yeah, the position's complicated, you know. I would probably have just opted for this. And the position's still complicated, but I'm not getting mated anymore, so. Okay, well, that was an exciting game. Unfortunately, sometimes in chess, the exciting games just end like this with a forced draw, like a repetition or a perpetual or something. Because, like, one side has to do it or they're going to lose, which I think was basically the case here. Yeah. It says the only moves that draw are rook h8 here, which is what he did. And it says bishop c7 also draws. That's sort of funny. I mean, yeah, I guess now it's not sure. Yeah, that's sort of wild. Go here, why wouldn't... Oh, well, this doesn't win. Okay, bishop c7 is a weird move. We don't have to think about that. Rook h8 was a nice spot by him if he realized he was in trouble, which obviously he did. And then, yeah, this is forced. This is the only move that doesn't lose. Sadly enough. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you'll come back and watch another one. Bye, everybody.